So I brought my guitar out there, and I couldn't do it for shit back then, dude.
Doing tabs? Like
No, dude, it was bad. I couldn't sing and play, so it was like awkward and weird, and she's probably like, this is good.
Like, wow.
I was 15. I was soaking it up.
Oh, yeah. You're 15, and he's like, zing, zing.
And I'm like, oh my God.
And she's like, oh my God.
Smoke on the water.
Yeah, right.
And she's like, oh.
It's time for the Garage Boozing Podcast.
What's up, nerds? And welcome back to another episode of the Garage Boozing Podcast. I'm your host, the man with absolutely no plan, the Chase with the face for radio, Chase Shurga. And boy, do I have one hell of an episode for you guys today. I am joined by Bri and Brandon Eastman. They happen to be the second married couple I've ever had on the podcast, and we had a fantastic conversation. I do want to apologize in advance because I had a couple technical difficulties towards the end. My USB plug that my microphones plug into, that plugs into my computer, got a little wonky. So, the microphone cuts in and out, and whatever. I'm not perfect. But with that being said, folks, you know what time it is. It's time to sit back, relax, kick your feet up, crack open a cold one, and if you're really feeling fruity, take a shot. Why not? Because this week's episode of the Garage Boozing Podcast starts now.
Oh, yeah, in support for the Garage Boozing Podcast, it is brought to you by Manscaped. Manscaped will help you trim up the family jewels to make everything nice and right for the ladies. Make sure that you're using promo code TGBP20 for 20% off your Manscaped products. Oh, yeah!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Garage Boozing Podcast. Today, I am joined by two very special guests. It's been a minute since we've had two guests on here, but to my left, your right if you're watching on YouTube, we have Brandon Eastman, and to my right, your left if you're watching on YouTube, we have his lovely wife, Bri Eastman, or would you rather Brianna? Like, what do you prefer? Bri.
Yeah.
Okay, Bri's way better. You're totally right. Brianna
Totally.
sounds like a Karen almost. All right, anyway, so guys, welcome to the show.
Dude, so happy to be here.
Good to be here for the first time.
I love that. This is Bri's first podcast she's ever been on. And as you guys know, Brandon's been here multiple times. He has his own podcast that he likes to... Wait, why do you call it a broadcast, not a podcast? I never asked you
Three
that,
B's in a row sounds better than BBP.
Be-Better
broadcast. It's what's it called?
Alliteration.
Alliteration, yeah.
Be-Better broadcast, Be-Better podcast. Okay, that makes total sense.
Psychology.
But
man.
dude, why have you never had your wife on your broadcast?
I got to get another microphone. So I've got a good microphone like yours, but all my other microphones are different, so the audio quality would be different on mine than hers. So I'm just like a freak with the way that things sound. So I'm like, before we make that happen, let's have what you've got set up here. This is a very special place that you
So
have.
what's stopping you to buy one more microphone so you can have a podcast with your wife?
That's a great question.
Yeah, what's the roadblock here?
Dude, they're like $500 for a good mic.
Am I not worth $500?
I mean, you put a ring on it already.
Is this
didn't you?
what you planned the show to be? Me in the corner?
No, but now it's out there. Like, for real, though. What's stopping you just from getting...
We got to do it. So I planned for her to be episode 200, where we were going to talk about what goes into a long-lasting relationship, right? We were going to talk about relationships because Bri's like the relationship expert, like literally. Like
Not self-proclaimed. I just want to put that out there.
she remembers every birthday. She remembers pretty
I'm
much.
great at birthdays.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm really good
What's
at
my
birthdays.
birthday?
That I don't know.
Wow.
Wait, is this September?
Very far away.
Oh, wait, it's a February. It's February.
Wow, nice.
Yeah, it's 17th?
7th.
7th, yes.
Dude.
It's my grandparents' anniversary. I did know that.
The same day?
Yeah, same day.
I love your grandparents.
And I bought my house on February 17th, so I had the 7 and the 7. I knew it was February. I was just...
Yeah.
I didn't let it
You did a good job.
Thank you.
Well done.
When's my birthday? Yeah, you don't fucking know. Fake friend.
Is it March?
No.
No.
Opposite, actually.
Oh, wow.
What is it?
November 28th. I'm a Sagittarius.
Oh, I knew that was the date.
No, I knew it. All right, anyway, so you want to have her on episode 200.
And it passed.
Oh, you're past 200
It
now?
passed, yeah. We're at like 204 right now. So we're going to make it happen. People don't
I
care
know,
what the episode
I know.
is, like the number, but people will care about the content.
How do you feel about that, Bri?
Well, I mean, I know that he wanted me to be on the 200th episode because it was a significant number, so interesting
Yeah.
position.
Well,
there.
204 is bigger than 200, so you'll get an even bigger number now.
No, thanks.
I feel like I'd rather be on 200 than 204, right?
Yeah, I mean, well, to be honest with you, I know that his podcast is much more, in a serious tone, and I get nervous about that kind of thing.
Sure, yeah, yours is way more serious.
Oh my God, you'd be great. It's live. It's a live show.
I do agree with her. Like,
no, you do fine.
Yeah. Oh, I do great.
Yeah.
Right. But like, your podcast is like very serious and stuff like that, and it's just like a one take. Mine, I edit the living shit out of it because I say dumbass shit when I'm recording, and then also it's called Garage Boozing. Like,
Yeah.
Yours is called Be Better. Like,
Yeah.
Be better.
It's a
Be a better
different vibe.
person. Mine's like, let's get drunk in the garage. Like,
We have to have you on the show at some point to talk about your ability to create this operation of
can I be
garage
free?
boozing.
Can I be 269?
You can.
Can I lock
I'll shake
that in
your
right
hand
now?
right now.
Literally.
269.
Literally,
you will be that.
I love that. Let me be 269. I'm in.
Why that? Why that number?
Because it ends in 69. Which is actually really funny. So me and Brandon used to work together at a mobile phone company. And when I first started working for that company, I dropped off my mom's phone plan because she lived in Florida and like used to have my my phone plan forever. And I always had like an out-of-state area code. And I'm like, now I'm making the big bucks, so I want to get my own phone plan. So, like back in the day when you could like pick like a couple numbers and it showed you like the last like whatever. I saw a number that ended in 69. I'm like, that's
It's
the one.
0369.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
That's
I picked
Jared's dealer code.
I know. And that is Jared's dealer code, but I picked that exactly because it ended in 69 because I'm immature and I thought it was funny. So
I can't blame you.
right. So when are you actually gonna have your wife on the podcast though? Broadcast.
When are we going to do it?
When are you gonna buy another mic?
I have a mic. You know what?
He has the mic. He has it.
It's a different mic, though. It's different. So the audio would be different, but that's okay. It's not
but
about
when you
perfection.
Mix it, you use a Buzzsprout just like me, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So do you like pay the extra where it mixes it for you?
Yes.
Me
the
too.
magic. It's called magic mastering or
Magic
something.
Wizard, whatever
Yes.
the hell it is.
I don't even know what it does, but it sounded good, so I was like, I'll add that to my
I will
website.
tell you, I know you pay a little extra. You're like, all right, fine. But no, it does make the audio, like if you listen to my podcast on like Spotify or Apple, whatever, or any podcast platform, it always sounds better than YouTube because YouTube has like the raw
Yep.
audio file and like Buzzsprout does actually like edit the levels and everything automatically for you. So it is cool.
You told me about it.
I know. And then you switched to it.
Yeah.
I love that.
I didn't even switch. I started with your recommendation.
Wait, I thought you had something before. You didn't?
No. It was when I started the podcast. You inspired me.
Wow.
Yeah.
I inspired my friend.
You inspire me to get an in-person setup to have people locally.
I love that.
It's valuable.
As long as you get the second microphone, but who knows when that's going to be? Because Bri's not worth $500. All right, but anyway, so you guys are the second married couple I've ever had on the show. Which the first married couple was like right after I started 2 summers ago. Oh my God, wait, we're almost coming up on 2 years of garage boozing. That's crazy.
Hell
but anyway,
yeah.
Ooh,
so
nice.
yeah, right. He's clapping for me. Thank you. Yay! Insert sound celebration here. Yay! So I have a couple of relationship questions for you guys, if that's okay.
So
Yeah.
who was the first married couple?
Steve brought in Sydney.
They're crushing it with what they're doing, man.
Oh my, well, yeah, totally. Like he's touring the country. Steve's one of my best friends. Good for him. Very happy for him.
Doing what they love.
Exactly.
That's incredible.
Totally, and that's the thing. If you're doing what you love, all the power to you. All right, so yeah, you guys, second married couple on the show. How did you guys meet? Because I feel like I've known this, but like I'm not sure if I actually knew it. So like,
You never heard this?
I'm
What
not
did
sure.
you hear? What do you think?
I don't remember. Didn't you guys like work at the Great Escape together? Is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I remember Bri said before we actually started hitting the record button that you guys were friends before.
Yeah. So we,
You knew Bri before I did, not to interrupt you.
Is that true?
yes.
Wait, we actually did? I thought you guys knew of each other, no?
Well,
Oh, that time we hung out in Riley's basement.
yes.
He used to get so mad about that.
Oh, he brought it up already.
Riley, I want to know the truth.
I never kissed Bri. It was a joke.
It was a complete joke, but
All right, for all of you that don't know, we had this long time running joke that like Riley used to Riley used to date Bri's best friend, and like we all hung out one time in Riley's dad's basement. And when these two got together, I had a long joke that like me and Bri kissed, and Brandon used to hate it. He used to get so mad.
Hey, that's cool, man. I've accepted that reality.
He's turning red. Look at him.
tonight we're at dinner and he randomly just looks at me because we're getting ready to come here, obviously, and he's like, he's like, I just need to know. He's like, I'm not going to be mad.
Is
He's like,
this what this is
and
gonna be?
I would understand if you didn't want to tell me then, but it's okay for you to tell me now. And did you kiss Chase? And I was like, I love that he has such a grip on you.
Dude, you're fucking convincing, though.
You're still asking her to this day.
To this day.
I was in the guy's fucking wedding. It's so fucking funny. I'm sorry. I'm crying.
I'm glad you enjoy that.
We've told you multiple times it was a joke.
The other thing is I've told him multiple times that you were actually really sick that night and you were over on the other end of...
I felt terrible. Wait, I wasn't kissing anybody that night, but that's so funny that 10, 12 years later,
Right.
he's still asking you about
I've
it.
told him that detail so many times, but tonight when I said it to him again, I was like, no, I told you. Chase was sick. He and I were literally on completely opposite ends of the sectional couch, and Amanda and Riley were together. And I was like, he was so sick. He was like over there doing his own thing. And tonight he goes, interesting new detail.
You're the jealous type, aren't you?
I'm glad that this had to come out nationally.
So what if I wasn't sick, Bri?
I was just gonna say. So if you weren't sick, you would have kissed my wife.
Oh, we weren't wives at the time.
Listen, dude. If anyone was gonna be the one to have kissed my wife, that's fine.
Jesus Christ. All right, so you guys met at the Great Escape, which for those of you that don't know, that aren't in upstate New York, it's actually now called Six Flags Great Escape. But all of you that know Six Flags, it is not a Six Flags.
You don't think so?
No.
What?
Get the fuck out
Dude,
of
the
here.
Great Escape is the real deal.
Not even
Oh,
close.
trust me, I love the Great Escape. I get season passes every year because...
Do you still get season passes?
Oh, yeah. Because it's the cost is 1.5 tickets, and you can go back as much as you
Who
want.
do you go with?
I go by myself. I don't care. You have
Good
fucking
for you.
They got Dippin' Dots there, man. I'm in.
I respect that he goes on his own.
I love it, and I love Fright Fest too. That's the best.
My favorite.
Did you hear about the guy who took advantage of the Six Flags meal pass? Did you hear about that guy? He went viral on TikTok because he took advantage of the meal pass for Six Flags one year. He literally went to Six Flags every single day and ate breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
How's that taking advantage? You paid for it.
He did, but they never intended for someone to go every single day for every fucking meal.
That's getting your money's worth right there.
No, he did it the smart way, but they took it away after he posted this video. Six Flags said this is not profitable for us, and they took it away.
From a young
I would bring him to
entrepreneur.
court.
Young entrepreneur, yeah.
I would bring them to court. That's
Hey, he got a year of food, man.
yeah, but like, why can you take that away? It's unlimited. It literally says unlimited. There's no unlimited star. It doesn't say you can only come.
Well, now
once a
there's
day.
an
No.
unlimited
Yeah,
star.
or what do they call it? An asterisk, right? Asterisk. Unreal.
Shift 8 on the keyboard.
I just spit all over my keyboard. How do you know? Actually,
Just years of typing.
Yeah, he's
it
right.
is Shift 8. You're right.
I know my shit, bro.
All right, anyway, so you guys met at Six Flags, right?
Yep.
And the Great Escape, which is like a very not a Six Flags for any. It's like a low budget Six Flags, but it didn't used to be a Six Flags. Then it got bought out by Six Flags. Whatever. Anyway, so you guys met at Six Flags. Who talked to who first, or did you guys work in the same department, or tell me about that? Who wants to go?
So I'll let you begin this.
Okay. So, Brandon and I both worked in the retail department of this place, and there was a candy store that he was a lead at, and I was just a regular employee.
You're the candy store lead.
The leader of the
Yeah.
candy.
So he was my boss, technically. And he was dating and seeing this other girl that we worked with that I
Not
was...
technically.
Not technically, but going on a couple dates with her.
Did you kiss her?
No.
Oh, you weren't dating.
No.
No. And they, they did.
Bri was my first kiss.
Really?
Yeah. Yep.
Wow. Slick shot 61.
And she went she went in for the kiss.
Oh,
I
okay.
did.
Okay, we're getting there.
I
We're
was
getting there.
a baller.
She
Anyways,
is.
he we met when he was dating her, and then we
Oh.
so I would talk to her a little bit about how their dates were going, then I would talk to him about how their dates were going. And
Were you jealous, or were you just curious?
I was just curious. Brandon was genuinely my friend. We actually started talking. I was very shy, didn't talk to anybody. And there was myself and him and a bunch of other employees clocking in for the day, and somebody was talking about a blood drive. And if you know Brandon well enough, he does not do blood. He
Me
does
either.
not do needles.
I don't do blood or needles either.
Nothing.
Literally.
I'll pass out.
Yeah.
Funny you should say that.
I don't need a juice box.
He was standing there. It was a rainy day. He had one of those big, long, tall umbrellas that you could basically use it as a cane. It comes in.
I used to walk around with it like that
Yeah,
too.
you did.
Yeah, it was lame.
And, it was. And the guy was talking about this blood drive, and he got super lightheaded and completely passed out. Hit his head on the desk, hit his body on the door, and swung the door
Did you give
open.
blood?
I blacked out. No,
No.
dude, I heard about someone else getting blood, and that
And
caused
you're-
me to pass out. But I was also taking this thermogenic at the time that made me lightheaded anyway. So that combined with that
Sure.
led to this.
Yeah.
See, once if my own blood doesn't bother me, but like if you started bleeding, I'm like,
Yeah.
done.
Yep, same. Yeah, so he passed out. Everybody, of course, was super panicked about it. And long story short, they sent him home. But the next time I see him and we're at work, I'm in the candy shop, and I had never really talked to him before. And he comes in, and I was like, oh, you're okay. And, I was there when he passed out the other day. And he was like, oh, my God. And if you know Brandon, he's like, tell me about it. What did I do?
That was the same day.
He wants to know everything. Tell
that
me
was
more.
that was the same day.
No,
Oh, you came back?
I worked that day. Jen Chewell said, you can keep working if you want. And I said, yeah, I'm fine now. And I worked. And then I went to the candy store, and that's when we started having a conversation.
Oh,
You're like-
okay.
you're like,
we
well,
never
that's the same
talked
day.
before. Like, she would work in this store called Village Rentals with a lot of carriages for the kids and stuff that they could rent. And I would go in there, and we'd have like one or two words, but neither I was shy and she was shy. So we never really talked until we had a reason to.
So you passed out and came back to work the same day?
Yeah.
Like
I
Wolf of
just
Wall Street, like, I'm not
continued-
fucking leaving!
Why go home? I felt fine.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
anyway, so then you guys had the first conversation. Tell me more.
Yeah, so we talked, and then because I was talking to him at the same time that I was talking to the girl that I was friends with that he was dating, we all worked together, and it eventually reached a point where he was not so into it anymore because of some crap that she was doing and blah, 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 blah. So I was like, his wingman.
How old are you at this time?
15.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I was 17, so yeah.
And so
Cradle robber.
I was basically like his wing woman, and he was going to me for all the advice, and she was going to me for some advice or just a vent about things or whatever. And eventually Brandon was like, you know what, I'm just like not really feeling that anymore, blah, blah, blah. So
How you doing?
How you doing? So we stayed talking this whole summer over text, and then almost fall time comes, we were texting, and I made some joke about, he made some joke about me being cute, and I was like,
Was it a joke?
What? So probably not. I was.
Well, he didn't say no. He was like,
No.
no.
Absolutely not.
no, yeah.
I found that like I enjoy talking to Bri more than any other people. Yeah. I enjoy talking with Bri more than any other people that I was talking to.
Sure.
And I was like, wow, I really like her. And then the conversation started to go more in that manner.
You had a crush.
Totally, absolutely. And then one day, I don't know if I've ever told you this, but one day, I remember where I was sitting. I was in my bedroom at my parents' house. I was in like one of those gaming
Your
chairs.
aunt what?
I was in my parents' basement.
Oh, parents' house.
Yeah. And I was in like one of those gaming chairs, the ones that were like, they recline back. And I was texting her, and I said something about, I was like talking about how I didn't believe in myself or how I felt about my physical self. I was like, I don't think they would think that I was attractive, is what I said to Bri. And she said, well, I don't think that at all. She said something along the lines of, I think you're really good looking. I think you look great.
Oh, I swooped. Good
Yeah,
for me.
no, and
Good for you.
when she said
Damn.
that, yeah, no, seriously, when she said that, I was like, whoa.
Butterflies.
No, 100%. I was like, whoa, this is meant to happen. And I didn't like say that in my mind back then, but it was just that feeling that you get when you find the person that you connect with.
Sure, absolutely.
And we started talking, and then we made a date to go see Twilight, right? Even though, did I already see it, or did you already see it? One of us had already seen
I had
it.
just seen it the week before with Amanda,
Was it the
actually.
first Twilight?
I think it was
Breaking
this-
Dawn Part 2.
Yeah.
Which one was that?
Is that the second or third?
Second. I think that's the second one.
So, no, because the first one was Twilight. So then, like, Breaking Dawn, there was a part 1 and a part 2, right?
Oh,
You
no,
might
you
be
know
right.
what? Part 1 actually was our first date. Part 2 we did for our 1-year anniversary.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Good memory.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. Great movie.
All right, so then I feel like, did we take, like, a jump there? So, like...
It happened fast.
Oh, so you're talking about the texting.
Yeah.
Oh, yes,
So-
get back to that.
The whole, like I said, the whole,
I
Yeah.
think you're attractive, whatever,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, she said that she believed in me, essentially, and that she liked me.
Did she send a winky face?
She sent a nude.
Well, that was quick.
Not really. That would be cool, though.
Like you haven't seen her naked.
We probably
right?
would have gotten married sooner.
Never. He's never seen you naked.
Yeah, so basically out of that, he ended up, long story short, calling me cute, and I was kind of like, oh, well, you're not too bad looking yourself, and he was like, oh, you know.
That's exactly what she said. That right there.
Yeah,
That's How do you remember that verbatim?
Because I can remember where I was laying in my living room.
Wow, you guys love
this
each
is
other.
Crazy.
Holy shit. You guys never talk about this?
I think one time, but not in this detail.
No.
I didn't know that you remembered the actual words.
Well,
Yeah.
you just said that you remembered exactly where you were.
Yeah.
Like, wow, you both do. That's
Yeah.
love, man.
Yeah.
Holy shit. All right, so you guys, like, you remember where you were, you remember where you weren't. So, like, then you guys start dating, right? Or, like, go on a date, like...
We went on a date first. He dropped me off. I got the shittiest hug in the world.
He didn't kiss you?
No.
No.
Oh! You were scared.
I was so nervous.
You
Dude.
were...
Dude,
He's like, do I kiss her?
my
Do I
whole
kiss her?
life, man. I've just been that way.
I feel like everyone is. All right, so he didn't kiss you. He gave you a shitty hug.
Yeah, just, I mean, he
Were
gives
you-
me
were you like,
great hugs
"That's
now.
it"?
No, I was just like, oh, you know, I didn't think it was that he wasn't feeling it, but I was just like, that just, you know, you wanted like a good hug after a good date.
Did you want the
right?
kiss?
I did want the kiss.
Wow.
I did. And
But that keeps her wanting more. It
Yeah.
keeps her wanting more.
mysterious. So yeah, he asked me to come hang out at his house maybe week or two later after that.
Yeah.
And I went to his house for the first little bit. It was just him and I home. Of course, I told my mom his parents were going to be there.
Of course, we all did back in the day.
Yeah. And his mom was there partway through. Val, I was not in your house, unexpectedly. But I just remember he swooned me with his guitar.
Yeah, I
He
did.
pulled out his guitar.
I brought my guitar over.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wait, you brought guitar over to your own house?
No, it was... so.
That was the visit after.
Oh,
We're
you're
talking
right.
about your house.
You're
we were
absolutely
upstairs
right.
on the couch.
I
and you
came
played
onto the
guitar.
couch, dude. I went to the couch with the guitar, and I still, I practiced a few times, but this was the point where I couldn't sing and play guitar at the same time, because that's actually more difficult.
Which now
than
he
it
can do
looks.
very well, by the way.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that. So I brought my guitar out there, and I couldn't do it for shit back then, dude.
Doing tabs, like...
No, dude, it was bad. I couldn't sing and play, so it was, awkward and weird, and she's probably like, this is good.
Wow.
I was 15. I was soaking it up.
Oh, yeah. You're 15, and he's like... Zing, zing,
And I'm like, oh my God.
and she's like, oh, my God.
Smoke on the water.
Yeah, right?
And she's like, oh.
The easiest song to play on guitar.
Oh my God.
So you're soaking it up, and you're like, wow, this is great.
And then it was that night that we were downstairs in his room, and the night was wrapping up. He was getting ready to bring me home. And he's like, all right, let's go out to my car. And we go to walk towards his bedroom door. And I'm like thinking in my head, I'm like, Jesus, I've invested 2 whole days in this man. And I haven't gotten a kiss. I'm kidding.
shit.
I'm kidding.
He better kiss me.
But no, I was really thinking, we were connecting really well. I was
Did he
really
kiss you that
excited
time?
to see him. I kissed him first.
Oh, you made the first... I was
I
going to
just-
say...
I told you that.
I
Yeah.
did, yeah. So we were standing over by his door frame, and he went to go give me a hug goodbye. So I hugged him, and then I was like, you know what? Screw it. If this doesn't work, this doesn't work. And so I went for it, and that was our first kiss. And
she...
Imagine if I had been like, I don't kiss, Bri.
I'm not married yet.
No disrespect to those who are like that.
So she was your first kiss.
yeah. Yeah,
Was
she was
your
my first kiss.
or is that like a bad?
No.
Oh no.
No.
Oh, she's kissed other men before you. Dude?
Oh, no.
Geez,
Oh,
sorry.
no.
Sorry, buddy. So I was gonna say who made the first move, but obviously it was Bri.
Yeah.
And the
then-
rest is history.
And then before we left the room, we're like, we should change our relationship status.
Yeah.
And we went on Facebook on my mom's old ass computer and changed our relationship status.
So it was because Bri made the move, it made the kiss, and they're like, all right, we're dating now.
That's it. Yeah. Well,
What-
after that, I mean, we were 17 and 15. Now I feel like it's different to the fact that when you kiss, you're like, okay, cool. Like, we're spending time with each other.
Absolutely.
Right? But it's very different now than when you're at that stage.
Isn't that weird, like how
Yeah.
different times are? Because like I'm seeing a girl right now, and like my grandparents keep asking me, "Oh, it's your girlfriend?" Blah blah blah. And I'm like, well, no,
Yeah.
but like yes, but like no, because like I say we're dating,
Yeah.
but that's exactly what it is. We're dating. We're going out on dates, but we're not like we are exclusive. Like, we're only seeing each other, but I don't know. It's weird now. Like, exactly what you're saying, because like back in the day, like your parents would go on dates and stuff, and they were like boyfriend and girlfriend.
Yeah.
But now, like, you'll be dating for a couple months, and then you're like, oh, boyfriend and girlfriend. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
The
it's-
dating culture's changed.
Oh
It's
yeah,
totally-
definitely.
it's
It's
very
way more
strange.
casual now.
And your guys' case is very rare. Like what you guys have and
It
like,
is rare.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I would almost say, even though you guys weren't in the same grade, like high school sweethearts, right? Like you would say
Yeah.
that.
Oh, yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Like you went to the same high school and
Yep.
shit, and like
And that was something we didn't know either. When we worked together, we had no idea
I didn't
we
even
went
know.
to the same high school.
you didn't even know.
No,
Nope.
didn't even know she
We
was
didn't
South
know
High.
each other.
She was 2 grades below me.
So wait, you found this out before you kissed, though, right?
I think,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
definitely, we found out soon that we went to the same school.
Our high school was like kind of big. Like you don't
Yeah,
pay
you
attention
don't
to
see
the
each
kids
other.
under you and stuff. Like, how many grades under you under us were you?
2. So he was a senior, I was a sophomore.
Okay.
So you graduated 2014.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Draft Top. The Draft Top was designed to give you a better all-around drinking experience, and let me tell you how. You take your Draft Top bar tool, put it on top of your adult beverage, give it a little squeeze, not too hard, a little bit of friction, a little to the left, a little to the right, a little to the left, a little to the right, and wha-bam. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see me demonstrate this. If you're listening, I'm sorry, you just got to hear me talk. But yeah, then you pop your Draft Top off, take this, push it down just a tad, and now your beer just became a cup. So forget about wasting plastic, pouring your beer can into a cup, into a red Solo cup, if you will. It doesn't matter because now your Draft Top just made your beer into a cup. So now you can chug your beer a hell of a lot faster. You can smell the aroma of the alcohol. The experience of drinking here is just so much better thanks to Draft Top. So go get yours now. I want you to have one, you want you to have one, and you can get your own Draft Top at www.drafttop.com. And don't forget to use promo code GarageBoozing for 10% off site-wide. That's right. It doesn't matter what you get in your Draft Top cart, 10% off site-wide using promo code GarageBoozing. You know how to spell it. Don't be a fool. Buy your Draft Top right now. Treat yourself. You deserve it. All right, back to the show. Oh, this is what I was saying before. It's like that's very rare nowadays. It's like you might think like, oh, that's the one. But like you guys dating at 15 and 17 and now how old are you? 27, 28?
28.
28, just like me, and you're 26 now?
She's turning 26.
On Friday. Mm-hmm.
We're going
Happy
to
early
a
birthday.
Oh, thanks.
hey. So Steve brought and Sydney will like this. We're going to a paranormal insane asylum tour
Where are you going?
on her birthday. We're going to this. I think it's like someplace near Geneseo County. It's near Rochester.
It's East Bethany.
East Bethany, and
Yep.
it's literally an insane asylum that we're touring with ghost equipment and all that
Who's
stuff.
hosting the event?
Ghost Hunts USA.
Oh, I've seen that. I've seen that on Facebook. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they literally do tours around different places. They'll stay
Yeah.
at one place for like a few nights. And it just so happened that this one out in Western New York is going to be doing it over my birthday weekend. So we were like, let's do it.
Have you guys ever done something like that before?
Never.
Oh, dude.
But we watch all the shows.
I used to do them with Steve all the time. And like,
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So like,
That's so cool.
so Steve, before he branched off into like haunted night events and like started touring the country and like making real like
He
money.
tours now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's like
Incredible.
He's home 2 days a week. Other than that, he's like driving all over the country and
Wow.
stuff.
That's
Dude,
cool. as
What an
shit.
amazing life he's
Dude,
created.
He's been on the Discovery Channel. He's been on like big YouTube channels, stuff like that. Like, dude, he's becoming big, and I'm so happy for my friend.
Amazing.
But before he got big time, like when he was little time, he had a friend named Chase. That's me. Hi, Chase. And he had what's called the Southlands Falls Paranormal Society, is what he eventually had.
Oh, no
And
shit. That was
Steve, yeah. So how me and Steve actually first became friends is kind of funny. He posted a tweet and he was like, "Who wants to go to the casino?" And I'm like, "I'll go." I tweeted him back. I'm like, "Yeah, pick me up at my dad's house." So we would like take our $20 and go to the roulette table when we were like 18 years old and like have a little fun. And then he was like, we just became better friends. And then he was talking about how he had this thing called the Southlands Falls Paranormal Society and like asked me if I wanted to go on a tour and all this stuff. And I've told this before, but I'll tell it again because some of you might be new. So the first experience I ever had, we went to the old Washington County Jail in Salem, New York, because the new Washington County Jail is in Fort Edward.
Yeah.
It used to be in Salem, New York. And this was the first experience I ever had with any of this. And those people liked Steve so much they would just like give him a pass to like walk throughout this old jail and like go in the basement and just like do whatever he wanted. So it's pure daylight. And we're sitting in a jail cell and he's like asking all these questions. Like he puts a little tape recorder on. He's like, "Hey, can you hear me?" Like asking all this stuff, right? So we didn't hear anything until after. So before we hear anything after, we go down to the basement. Again, pure daylight. We go down to the basement, and he's like showing me around and stuff, and like this old jail basement, and we hear whoosh, boom, and it's like a jail cell slamming, right?
Wow.
And I'm like,
Oh my god.
and he's like, we're like, what the hell was that, right? So we go up, and like we already left every jail cell like shut and everything. We still to this day don't know what it was, but I remember
It was a ghost.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what it was.
It was something, yeah. And so we go back to his house, and he's like editing the footage to where we're sitting in the jail cell, and where he asked the question like, "Hey, can you hear me?" And you hear,
Whoa.
chills hit me
my
immediately.
God.
Immediately, because I'm like, oh my God, I was in that fucking room. You don't hear it until after you go back and play it. And from there, like, I'm a believer all day. I'll never deny it. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's energy. Like, nobody knows if it's energy, spirits, ghosts, whatever you want to call it.
And you heard the voice saying,
Yeah, I heard it on the recording of the playback when he's like, yeah, let's see if we got any any reception. I forget the fucking
Yeah.
word. If we got any answers or whatever. And the first thing he plays is when we're sitting in the jail cell, and he's asking a couple questions. He goes, hey, can you hear me? No. Chills down my body, dude.
God.
I'm like, from that moment
and
ever-
after that, the door slammed.
Yes, after that door slammed, but we didn't know that yet. Because originally when we recorded, we were asking all these questions, and then we moved downstairs, and then we heard the door slam. But yes, in timeline order, that's exactly how it happened. But immediately, when I heard clear as day, I'll never forget it, scares the shit out of me. And like,
my God.
and like it's like a creepy cool though, you know? Like
I hope we
I
get that.
literally was just about to say, I hope we get something like that.
It's an awesome experience, man. It really is. And like, still, like, he does all his investigating and stuff, and like, I love it, and I'm so interested in it, but it scares the living shit out of me.
It scares you.
Dude, he goes to like abandoned jails that have been abandoned for like 60 years in like Arkansas and shit like that, and he'll tour the whole place, and it's black. It's like night, like
I'm so
no
jealous
lights and
of
stuff,
him.
and he loves it. And
Whoa.
dude, this guy literally has a room in his house that's dedicated to Ouija boards. It's his Ouija board room because he's a Ouija board collector, and
What an interesting guy.
and there's like I don't know how many like original Ouija boards there are, but he's got like 75% of the collection. That might be like an exaggeration. I'm not sure. I'll have
Of
to ask
all Ouija boards?
Yes, but like it's different than like if you and I made a Ouija board, like big like Ouija board like collector stuff like that.
Wow.
But he tells me all the time, like there's days where he'll be like walking down the alleyway in his hallway in his house, and he'll just hear one fall off the wall and scary. And dude, he has like a hospital bed thing that like
Like a gurney.
I don't know, the thing you like sleep on, like if you're in the hospital and like you can adjust it.
It's like
and
a
stuff
hospital bed.
Yeah, it's like a
Yeah.
hospital bed, but like an old style one in the same room. And he has a skeleton that he bought off auction or like bought from somewhere that like you don't buy them.
Where does one? Yeah, I was gonna say, where does one buy a human skeleton?
Believe it or not, it's very like you can buy human remains, human bones, stuff like that. He's told me about this, so like listen back to one of the episodes I had with Steve, but I don't know exactly how to explain it. I remember it, but I don't really remember.
That's
it.
so cool.
Dude, so cool.
Do you think that the ghosts and the voice that you heard, what do you believe that is? Do you believe that's energy? Do you believe it's literally like a ghostly being? Like, what do you believe that to be?
I feel like ghost is a very wide term. Like, I don't know. I don't believe there's like living like ghouls that are like, ooh, I'm gonna haunt you. You know, like I think energy is a big part of it, and I think that's what they believe too, because like energy's big. Like, just because you die doesn't mean energy goes away.
Yeah.
You know? So like I think like if you're like, especially in like a tuberculosis hospital or like a big like abandoned place like that. Well, that's what he's like the property manager of the old tuberculosis hospital in Saratoga.
Oh, he's selling it though, right?
No, the owner is selling it, but Steve, like it's written in the contract that Steve will still be the property manager, so he can still tour it and stuff like that.
Wow.
Oh, that's awesome, because
Yeah.
I was actually really sad to see that it was for sale, because I didn't think stuff like that would be happening anymore.
Yeah. So the owner actually lives in Texas, and he bought it off an auction a couple years ago, or Texas, somewhere down south. Again, I could be wrong. But anyway, Steve like got in contact with the guy. And was like, hey, like I'm like do like ghost tours, stuff like this. Like I'd love to get involved. So like the past 5 whatever years, Steve has had access to go in there whenever. And you know, there's those people that like break in and trespass and
Yeah.
stuff like that, and like.
There might be a story here.
Oh, you guys broke in, didn't you?
Not
you
us.
guys.
Oh no, you did.
I did.
Steve, bring her to the.
Did you
Police.
find anything,
I
Bri?
was like 13 or 14, And to be clear,
So you
Steve,
broke into the Saratoga homestead. You broke in.
Wow.
I did not break in. We actually didn't go inside. It was my brother, his ex-wife, and a couple of her friends at the time, and I was like 14. And the craziest thing about this story is the fact that my parents were pretty strict growing up.
Sure.
Within reason, but they knew that we were going to this abandoned place that was not supposed to have
fun,
been
kids.
gone to. And my mom literally said to me before we left the door, she goes, just don't get arrested. And I was like, fair.
Did you get arrested?
No.
Okay, good.
But no, we went up, and it used to have this big barbed wire fence around it, and part of the fence in the back was knocked down, and
So you could get in easy and stuff.
Yeah. So clearly it was a place that had been trespassed a lot, and we went there, and we went past the fence, and before we even got in, we were looking at, which window are we going to go through, as one naturally does. And so we're looking at the building, and from this upper building on like the second or third floor, there was this really big clunk and this flash of light. Could have very well been somebody else breaking in, or, a homeless person in there, whatever it be.
Wolves go in there too, by the way. It's like there's wolves all over that place. Yeah.
Wow. Scary.
Scary.
So we, at that point, because we didn't know what it was, and it's already, you're going into it like, ooh, this is so spooky.
All right, fuck this, we're out.
Yeah. And as soon as we saw and heard that, like, it was me and the two other girls, and we were like, and we're like running, and my brother and his friend didn't know what were going on, but they're like, we're fucking following them. And so we never actually went in. It was the closest I ever went to it.
It's a scary place. It's like all dark and stuff. So for those of you that don't know, this is an old abandoned tuberculosis hospital in upstate New York. Is it in Saratoga or like Milton, something like that?
Saratoga County.
Yeah, Saratoga County. It's like, I don't know, 20 minutes from us probably.
Yeah.
And so it's been like abandoned for a long time, and some guy bought it off auction, and then my good friend Steve, who does ghost hunting all over America, he got in contact with the guy, was like, yeah, I want to be the property manager here. The rest of the history is Steve's a property manager, and like they got cameras now, so they see someone breaks in. Steve's like, this person broke in, and like, yeah, they hate it because like people break in and like destroy the place, and it's like, I don't know, that sucks.
What did the ghosts want, man? Did they want people to like heal the tuberculosis? Like, what did they want?
See, that's back to the thing I was saying. Like, I don't even know if you call them ghosts, because I think it's energy, but like I could be wrong, because I don't think there's ghouls haunting, and like
Why do you think that energy stays there? What is that?
Where would it go? Like, if you passed away right now, you have a shit ton of energy, just like me. I have a bunch of energy.
Yeah.
You die, does it just evaporate? Energy just gone?
Well,
Where
have you
does it
heard
go
of
is a great
orbs in
question.
pictures?
What?
Like orbs in pictures? When
Yeah,
you take
yeah,
pictures with-
exactly. Yeah.
Like,
What do you
think
believe
you
that?
can
And
manifest
they-
in an orb?
Well, I don't know if that manifested the orange, but the orange.
Orange.
The orange. The, what'd you call
Orb.
it? Orb. Yeah, the
But
orange.
why are some places haunted and others aren't?
And that's what I'm saying. I think a haunted place is just some place that had so much energy because, like, for example, the tuberculosis hospital had a bunch of people die there. So that's a lot of energy that's just, like, bouncing off everywhere. And I could be totally wrong because, like, I'm a Christian. I believe in God. And, I'm, like, at the end of the day, I still have questions. Like, I still believe in UFOs. I still believe in aliens. And that's not discussed in the Bible. So, like, I don't know. But it's very interesting to think about, and it makes the hair on my arms stand up.
Yeah.
It's just, like,
so many
kinda-
unknowns.
I don't think they're just like, I'm going to kill this human. Like, I don't think it's like that, but it could be. Who knows?
You know who has the answer to this question?
Who?
Ben Wilcox.
Yeah, right. Ben would be like, well, I read this thing on Reddit, and...
Well, let me tell you, I came into contact with one of these beings.
and he told me everything, but it's a government secret. I can't speak about it. No, shout out to you, Ben Wilcox. I love you.
We love you, Ben.
I love
Excited for your wedding.
Wait, he's getting married?
Yeah, you're going to the wedding, right?
He didn't even invite me. Is this real?
Rough.
I'm
Dude,
sorry, Chase.
We'll text him right now. I'm going to text him right now.
You don't just
So I'm gonna
text
call him.
somebody and ask them.
No, I'm going to
about
call him.
it. Okay. Or
Call him.
I'm calling him.
That's even worse.
I'm calling him. This is live on the air for one of my most popular guests. I'm pissed.
What?
I hope he answers.
Hello?
Ben, I have a bone to pick with you, buddy.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, big bone. So, just so you know, I am live on the air on the Garage Boozing podcast, but this is a huge bone I have to pick with you.
Okay.
Tell me when you're ready.
I'm ready.
All right, so I heard you're getting married.
I am.
Oh, yeah, where was my invite?
I sent you an invite.
You did not send me an invite, you piece of trash.
Yes, I did. did.
You did not. He is lying right now. You know my address. How many times have you been in my garage?
It's a Facebook.
Oh, wait, is it actually a Facebook invite?
Yeah.
What's it called?
I made a Facebook event for my wedding, and I invited you.
Are you dead serious?
Yeah.
Now I'm going to feel like a piece of shit if he's actually telling the truth.
I'm so happy we told him.
All right, folks, let me tell you all about the pump action shotgun tool. Whoa, there's a tool for shotgunning? Hell yeah, there is. So listen to this. The pump action shotgun tool, created by the Drunk Engineers. Love that name, by the way. It makes shotgunning a hell of a lot easier, and let me tell you how. So you're going to take your beer, and you're going to stick it right in the shotgun tool, like this. Hold it like that so the air pockets are up here, and then you're going to give it a little squeeze. You're going to hear pop, bam, pop. But look at that, no mess. So right now the air pocket's right up here, and you're going to want to make sure you take this, push that down, and then what we're going to do is we're going to rotate the tool. Hold the beer can in place to the mouthpiece. Then you're going to put your mouth on the mouthpiece and shotgun. And boom, no mess. You can shotgun at the dinner table, family events, wherever you want with absolutely no mess. So forget shotgunning, slamming a knife right through. Yeah, not a thing anymore. Thanks to the Pump Action Shotgun Tool by Drunk Engineers. And you can get yours right now. So just log on to www.drunkengineers.ca. Don't forget to use promo code GarageBoozing for 15% off site-wide. That's right, promo code GarageBoozing for 15% off site-wide. Go get yours now. Thank me later. Back to the show.
One thing that I love about him is that he listens and wants to learn.
Do you love how positive he is like all the time? Or like, you probably see him when he's negative though. You probably see him pissed off.
Yeah, definitely. I'm the one that gets to see the many faces of Brandon. And
What are those faces?
positivity with a sprinkle of annoyance. But no, he definitely, he really is a generally very positive person, and he does try to see
And he
the
didn't
fun.
used to be.
He didn't used to be, no.
I was going to say when I first met you, but like I first met you in high school, but like we weren't friends back in high school. And then like once we worked together, we became very good friends. And like even when I first met you when we worked together, he was very negative. You know, he was hiding the tablets under the computer. But
where are the tablets?
yeah. But like, dude, like I don't know what it is where you found yourself, whatever. But I love what you're doing, man. Like your whole message and stuff, even with your Be Better broadcast, everything you're doing, I love it, man. Like every post I see when you're like on Instagram and stuff like that, like the message you're putting out there, good for you, man. Like
I appreciate that, brother.
I was gonna say you're gonna change people's lives, even if you haven't. But I wouldn't even agree with that. You probably already have. But like I think you're gonna go to the moon with this whole thing.
Thank you very much for that.
Absolutely,
That's the goal.
I could see you touring the country full time doing what you're doing.
That's the goal.
That's the goal.
Yeah, that's what
Love
I
it,
want.
man.
Even if it helps one person that was in the same situation that I was in, that's what I would love to do.
Dude, even the shit you talk about, like, you got a good job, you're making money, but then you're crawling into debt. I feel that, dude. Like, when I had that job that we worked together, like, I was like, oh, I'm on top of the world. I can pay for everything. And my credit cards are going through the roof. I'm with you, man. And, like, now I'm at a point where, like, I've paid all that shit off. But, like, dude, people run their credit cards through the roof and shit and get themselves in a hole. And, like, you talk about, like, how to get out of it, shit like that. Like, everything you're doing, I totally admire.
I appreciate that.
Absolutely. So anyway, Bri, you don't agree with everything he says, right?
No, definitely not. But I think what it comes down to is that we both are willing to respect the other one's opposing opinion on things, and that we approach it in a way when we talk about it that we don't deny the other person of their opinion, and we try to be open to why they're saying what they're saying.
So
Yeah.
if you guys are in an argument, who usually wins?
We don't, the thing is, like, we don't.
Brandon apologizes. Hey, I'm sorry. I was a douchebag. Like,
I'm like, I know, as usual.
We don't really argue. We really don't.
You have to bicker. You definitely bicker.
Oh, about
every
little-
very little
relationship
bickers,
bickers.
though, and it always ends in a laugh, though.
Yeah.
It really
because
does.
one of us
Aren't those
starts
the best,
making
though? That's
fun
the
of each
best.
other.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's definitely one of those things where when we actually bicker, it's about, there's nothing really like big that we argue about. It's like stupid little things like, hey, I asked you to take care of this and you didn't take care of this. And
Why
then
didn't
it
you
was
take
like,
care of it,
well, I'm
Jen?
so busy and blah,
I'm
blah,
human,
blah, blah,
man.
blah. And then, whatever. And then at some point, one of us looks at each other and we're like,
he was like,
and so you just can't stay mad at the other person.
You know what's weird about you guys? I feel like you guys have been together for so long that you guys literally have the same laugh. Like, you laugh the same. It's so strange. Like, you guys both have the... like, seriously, it both of you have it. And it's not, like, that's not a bad thing. Like, you guys just like to laugh, I guess.
The funny thing is that I never thought that until we came here and I put these headphones on and I heard our audio sync up while we were laughing, to the point where when actually consciously in one of our laugh patterns, I was like, shit, I gotta break this up.
That was today.
Tonight,
Wow.
yeah.
When she put the headphones on, now
Yeah.
she's like, wow, we do laugh the same.
Yeah. Headphones reveal a lot about you.
Oh, totally. So real quick, Bri-Better Industries.
Yeah.
The Bri-Better broadcast. A lot of you, obviously Brandon's been here multiple times, but for those new viewers, can you tell me about your broadcast?
Sure. So it's a show where we talk to people who are experts in all areas of living a better life. Like your emotions, your health, your finances, anything that helps you to have the upper edge or perform better or be happier. We talk to those people and they come on and they share their tips, strategies, stories, any ways that can help you live better. That's the objective.
Live better, be better. I get it.
That's
I
it.
I like that. Bree, your TikTok is fire, by the way.
It's fire.
Thanks.
Yes.
Fire. Bree has a fire TikTok. What's your at on TikTok? So I can plug it here.
Please don't.
Why not?
Absolutely
Okay.
plug her TikTok.
Your makeup shit is fire.
Thanks. I haven't done it in quite a long
Dude, she
time, and a lot of it
became
wasn't.
Voldemort. She became the Grinch. She became...
Dude, when I saw her become it, I was like,
Yes.
holy fuck.
Yes.
That makeup was literally on point.
It's 20 out of 10 good.
30 out of 10 good.
She has such a skill and a talent.
How long does that take you? Actually,
The
can you
makeup?
plug it quick
Yeah.
for us?
So the actual TikTok account apparently is Brianna Eastman 24, one N in Brianna. So
Yeah, one N in Brianna. Don't
yeah,
forget it.
Don't forget it.
Don't forget it. Anyway, but no, your makeup skill is like
thanks.
nuts. How long did that take you to like make yourself into it?
Funny enough, that was one of the shortest makeups I've ever done because the whole top of the head, of course, he has this like really huge hairline and the super tall face. And instead of using prosthetics and things like I normally do, what I did was I ordered we're talking new school it, not old school it. So I ordered a mask and I cut out the face and I threw the face away. And I took the whole top forehead area with all the hair and I glued it to my head and I shoved shopping bags underneath it to keep the volume. And so I had to use all of this like cosmetic adhesive and all these other things and liquid latex and everything to keep it in place. And then just painted the rest and it looked fine. And it was the shortest
It looked
makeup.
fine. It looked fucking incredible.
The shortest, easiest makeup I've ever done. The rest of them have taken so much longer.
So how long would you say that it took you?
Maybe like just because I'm meticulous and there was contacts and all that
What
sort
does
of stuff
meticulous
involved.
mean?
It means like
Very
very
attention-
detail oriented.
Yes.
Okay.
Attention to detail. And so that one maybe took me like an hour and a half just because I was going really slow with
Wow.
it. But
I feel like that's a long time.
Well, you look at like my Voldemort. that I
Voldemort,
did.
yeah, that's another great
So
one.
you look at that one, and that one took me because there was like a bald cap and a prosthetic and all this face paint and all these other things. And I had to research certain things, and it took me at least 4 hours.
Oh my God, really?
Halloween's my favorite day of the year.
I love Halloween.
Commit to it. So
But back to your guys' relationship. You guys had a great wedding. I was there for
You were
it.
there, man.
I was actually the first one to arrive at the wedding, for those of you that don't know.
Were you? I don't
and
remember
I was
that.
there for 8 hours by myself because
Wow.
I booked my flight last minute. So
In Mexico?
Yes, because we had the travel agent or whatever, and like I don't
We
know.
met you as soon as you got there, though.
No,
right?
I met you as soon as you got there.
Thanks for meeting us.
Thanks for having me. But I forget, and we had a travel agent or whatever, and I'm always a last minute booker, so I remember I ended up booking my vacation last, and my flight took off at like 6 a.m. out of Albany.
That's
and then
early for you.
Yeah,
You go to bed
very
at that
early.
time.
Oh my
Later.
God. I was still drunk. Wait, did you say drunk? You didn't say drunk?
Do you get drunk for every flight that you go
Yes.
on?
Is
that a thing?
Yes, I go to the bar and I rip shots, and then I go on the flight and I fall asleep.
are you an
Wow.
anxious flyer?
No.
You just like being drunk.
Yeah, I just like feeling
Yeah.
good on the flight. Actually, then
expensive,
again, I
though.
will say I'm only an anxious flyer, like when we hit turbulence, because then I'm like, and it's like,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh shit, oh, that scares the shit.
Here, I'll plug it back in.
I broke the light. I don't care. Fuck it. I booked my flight last minute, and I ended up like getting there at like, I don't know, it was probably like 11 in the morning. And I remember the resort we were at. I walk in and I get a hot towel in my hand and a glass of champagne, and I'm like, oh my god! I chug the glass of champagne.
Yep.
She gives me another one. I'm like, this is great. I didn't even check in yet. So originally my reservation was for like a third floor like room or whatever, and she goes, well, you're actually the first in the party to get here, so we can upgrade you to a swim up bar. And I'm like, okay, sign me up.
It took care of you.
Nice.
Yeah, they took great
Do you
care of me.
remember the resort name?
It was the Azul Sensatori Mexico.
Wow.
That was it,
Good
right?
for you.
Azul.
Good.
I'll never forget
Nice
it. I will
job.
never forget it. It's
Yeah.
like it's stuck in my brain. It was fucking awesome. But like I remember like so I get off the plane and like get in this little like bus thing, and it brings us over to the resort, and you like see like Mexico how it is, which is like way different than like the resorts. You have people walking over the street, like broken down cars on the side of the road. Crazy. But once you get to the resorts, there's these big gates that open, and they're like all like secluded and stuff. Dude, I had the time of my life at that wedding. I was only there for 4 days. I wish I took the week.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't you guys have like an iguana or something come in your room or something?
Oh my god, no, because we had a
Even
lot
worse.
of things come in our room.
A big rainstorm too, right?
Oh my
Yeah.
god, first of all, there was iguanas everywhere outside of the resort.
So many
but
iguanas.
we had in our room, we were on the very end, right before the beach, so you get a lot of like the wildlife coming
Yeah.
in from the beach. We had a baby crab in our room, which whatever. How'd
they get in there?
A little salamander in our room, which
A little.
cute. They were crawling. No, like little, like probably like 2.5 inches long. Like it was this tiny little cute lizard.
How the fuck to get in?
Well, the cleaning ladies left the doors open while they
Oh,
cleaned
good.
all day, probably because they want to be more like transparent.
They
whatever.
wanted you to meet the wildlife.
And the last thing, we had a fucking scorpion. in our
Scorpion,
room.
bro.
Yeah, so we had gone on an excursion, and that night when we got back, it was still a tropical storm going on, and so I couldn't sleep when he got up to use the bathroom. And I'm like, all right, let me pick these clothes up that we had laying out drying. And I picked up a pair of socks, and I look on the ground, and under the pair of socks that I picked up was a scorpion in our hotel room.
Nope.
Dude.
And I literally, like, my ability to say words just diminished. It was not existent anymore.
The thing's probably so innocent, not even attacking.
Oh,
it's
it's
just
like sitting there like
chilling.
pinching,
Yeah, right.
like it's like
No, she
La
had words.
cucaracha, la cucaracha.
I
It was like,
literally
hey guys, and I was like, we gotta kill it.
Step on it.
And I'm ashamed to say
killed it.
we did end its life.
We had to.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
You could
You-
have just put it outside.
Did you want us to go get you? Would that have been
Nope.
the better solution?
I was
Okay.
still drunk.
Okay.
It said you need to bring me to America, and I said no.
Yeah, I don't know. I just lost.
Oh, that would have
words.
scared the shit. That would have scared the shit out of me though. I pick up my laundry and I see like.
Yeah.
It was a foreign animal in our room with pincers. We were like, what the fuck are we gonna do?
Yeah.
Like you guys could have constipated the marriage, and this guy would come up and.
Did you just
Imagine
say
if I-
constipated? The
How do you
marriage.
say- how do you say it?
Consummated.
Consummated. I meant to
Constipated.
say.
That's when you can't poop.
Fuck, you're right.
Imagine if I came out from the bathroom and the scorpion's like at Bree's neck, like I'd be like, shit, we gotta get married first.
Bri, I can't help you. I have to shit. I'm sorry.
Oh my god. So it was ridiculous, but I ended up like eventually getting words out, and I was like, how Brandon comes over and he looks and there's the scorpion on the ground, and he's like, what do I do? And I'm like, we have to kill it. We have no other choice. So he runs and he grabs my lightest foam flip-flop. And I'm like, this is the man I'm marrying. And so
I don't normally kill animals.
Of course.
This was a one-time experience.
Yes.
And I felt bad, but it just
You felt
couldn't-
endangered. You felt endangered.
It couldn't be there.
Yeah.
It had to go.
Dude,
And
if you're
it's-
doing the hokey pokey with your wife, and this guy's like pinching your butt cheeks, it's like,
I was like, dude, we're monogamous.
yeah, so it was just absolutely ridiculous. And eventually he ended up getting his heavier leather flip-flop. And
Oh, so the soft one didn't do it. You just had to put it with
No, we
It
didn't
was a
even
form
try.
of light torture for the scorpion.
Oh my God. Terrible.
Jesus Christ. But to this day, you guys had the best wedding I've ever been to. Even though I did drop Kingston in the sand and your mom was...
He forgives you.
Your mom was so
It
mad.
helped to strengthen him.
Oh, Val was like, oh my God! I felt so bad. Well, it was because I'm sitting at a table and there's like a pregnant girl and like nobody that wants to take these tequila shots that were given to the table. So I'm like...
Isn't it crazy that Kaylee was pregnant during that?
3
Yeah.
people were pregnant during our wedding.
I was going to say, yeah.
Yeah.
So then I sit down at this table where nobody else wants to take a tequila shot. So I'm like, all right, like poker chips. 1, 2, 3, 4. And next thing you know, I'm singing, do a little dance.
You sung that
Make
great.
a little
Crushed it.
I fucking loved it. And I don't even know how I got them to turn karaoke on or ever. I forget.
You figured it out.
I know.
You plugged your phone in and you went to it.
It was great.
Yeah.
And then, oh man, I don't remember walking down the beach or anything.
Do you know
Adam.
what would have made it even better though?
What?
Is if Ray Shurga was there.
Ray Shurga is the king of karaoke. If he was singing "Get Down Tonight" by Casey and the Sunshine Band, he would have crushed it. Like, I
Do you
did
remember
all right.
that first video that you posted or he posted about it where he was at JP Bruno?
Yeah, I posted it. Yeah,
And he acted like no
Yeah.
one knew. He never knew what to do, and he just went right into it.
he's like,
dude.
"Wait, where are the words?" Baby, babe, let's get together. Yeah, dude, it was so fucking good. And it's so funny because like everyone that we were with all knew that he sang karaoke all the time, but like just when I put it on Facebook, I'm like, here's my dad's first time singing karaoke. He fucking crushed
You
it.
know, I have only been lucky enough to see him on video. I have not had the honor.
You haven't met my dad?
I've never met Ray.
man.
I've
Have
never
I
seen
ever
him.
met him?
No, I can't believe
Oh
that.
my God, we have to go to karaoke with Ray.
We
Yes.
have to. We have to. We'll actually do like a what do you call it when there's multiple people in a band? It's a choir.
band?
A
It's
choir?
called a band, right?
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, we'll be the band that sings the whole song together. We'll read the words. Jesus Christ.
We gotta meet Ray.
Yeah, we will.
Well, you've met Ray. You haven't?
Where have I met him?
You've never met my
I've
dad?
never met in person your father. Never.
Dead ass?
Dead ass. Ray,
Wow.
we need
live
to
ass.
meet.
That's nuts.
I'm a fan of yours.
I thought for sure you've met my dad before. That
Never.
blows my mind. All right, Dad. Well, you got to meet my friends, Brandon and Bri. Brandon, you're my boy. Bri, you're my... I was going to say boy. Girl, homie. It's not what it looks like, Brandon. Relax.
It was one time.
I accept it. It's okay.
20 minutes for us here. Did you kiss Chase?
It's you, man. It's fine.
So you would be okay?
If anyone, it'd be you.
So if we told you the truth right now, it'd be okay?
That'd be okay.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. We're all joking. All right. Anyway, nerds, we'll see you next week.
Hey, nerds, please don't forget the #1 way to support the brand. Buy some merch. We've got hats, hoodies, sweatshirts, t-shirts, and it's all available to you at www.garageboozing.net/shop. And don't forget to follow on all your favorite social media accounts as well as YouTube at Garage Boozing. And of course, don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe, whatever the button may be, to the Garage Boozing Podcast on your favorite podcast platforms so you can be notified as soon as a new episode is released.
Ladies, gentlemen, and nerds. Do you have what it takes to be a guest on the fastest growing, alcohol chugging, and nonsense talking podcast? Well, now is your chance. The Garage Boozing Podcast has new guests every week, and you could be one of them. Just simply log on to www.garageboozing.net. Click the Be on the Show tab and submit your information. It's that simple. Join the boozement or be a loser. Don't miss your chance because we're taking this to the moon.